A unique record of the changing fortunes of Glasgow can now be seen at the city's Lighthouse Gallery. The short films made between 1920 and 1978 document the work being carried out by the then Glasgow Corporation. They were played to cinema goers before the main feature film. And as Karen Greenshields has been finding out, they still make fascinating viewing.
The fourth floor of Glasgow's Lighthouse has been transformed into a 1950s-style tenement flat. And on various TV screens, you can acquaint yourself with the body of work produced by Glasgow Corporation over a 50-year period. Now, there's everything from post-war housing films to Jinky Johnson playing in an old firm game at Hampden in the 1980s. This is one of the earliest films in the collection. 1928, a time when many of Glasgow's children were suffering from rickets or TB, and most were badly in need of sustenance. The Education Department's Necessitous Children's Committee raised money from films like this to send them to summer holiday camps. This woman's grandfather helped commission the film, and her mother appeared as a fairy.
It's very poignant. My own children and grandchildren, you know, they basically want for nothing, really. And to see as people lived then, and you know, for it to span only 80 years, it's such a change in life.
The bairns are warm the fresh air, eating 4 meals a day.
It's clear that Glasgow Corporation was a pioneer in the use of film as a communication tool. These films not only instructed citizens how to behave, but communicated to a wider UK that Glasgow was the second city of the empire. One of the last films the corporation commissioned was 1980, made in the 1970s, but designed to inform Glaswegians that the demolition of large swathes of their city would lead to a modern urban metropolis. Balance and objectivity didn't figure highly.
From my memory, there was absolutely no criticism of the work that the corporation was doing. To be honest, it really, for all intents and purposes, it was a kind of propaganda film for the corporation and what they foresaw as being the future of Glasgow.
Sadness and Gladness documents 50 years in the life of a city and is on until May. Karen Greenshields, Scotland Today, Glasgow.
Earlier this year, we told you about a new exhibition of information films made by the old Glasgow Corporation up until 1978. Organisers wanted to find out more about the people who appeared in the films. Well, as that exhibition opens to the public, our arts correspondent, Polly McLean, has been to meet a few of them.
What are you up to now?
I was just looking at my lungs to see if it had stopped raining.
Tam Trockle's Troubles was one of a string of films made for Glasgow Corporation. The message was simple. If Tam sent his offspring to one of the corporation holiday camps, his troubles would be over. Collections were taken up at cinemas and thousands of pounds raised for deprived families. Irene Watson-Craig knows all about it. Her grandfather helped run the fund, and that's her late mother as an 8-year-old girl dancing in the closing credits of this 1928 film.
It was very much an abstract, and then suddenly to see it as a concrete film and to realise just what the fund did as well, and to see my mum dancing on it. And there must be very few people, I think, who can see their grandparents 80 years ago on film.
The corporation commissioned 50 films over 6 decades. This one from 1971 came at a time of enormous change for the city. Tenements were tumbling down and the brand new Kingston Bridge had just opened to the public. The film crew included Oscar Mazzaroli, Bill Forsyth and fledgling cameraman Martin Singleton.
The film, in a way, has begun to haunt me because I occasionally see lots of clips from it being used for in historical context programmes. And I think, my God, is that what my career has come to? It's now clips from the past.
And it seems he's not alone. Organisers of the exhibition at Glasgow's Lighthouse have heard from a number of people so far and believe they'll hear from even more before the exhibition ends.
You never know. I mean, there could be people coming in who do see their mum on it or their grandfather and they just don't know. Yeah, I mean, Glasgow is a series of kind of connected villages, and I think everybody does know somebody who's been in one of these films. So it'll be really interesting to see what happens.
Pauline McLean reporting, Scotland, Glasgow.